All right, Shalom. First off, give all praise to Yahweh,
Yahweh, Ba'ashem,
Ba'ashem,
Yahweh
Yahweh Shai,
Shai,
Ba'ashem,
Ba'ashem,
Rakar
Rakar Kadash.
Kadash. The bonds to the apostles and the elders of GMS. Salutes and honors to the elect, all the brothers across the four corners who are enduring in truth and sincerity, and the women and children who follow. I just wanted to, do this little lesson real quick. We in transit right now, so with that being said, we just gonna get straight into it.
Ecclesiastes chapter 3, verse 1. To everything there's a season, and a time to every purpose under the heaven. A time to be born, and a time to die. A time to plant, and a time to pluck up that which is planted. A time to kill, and a time to heal. A time to break down, and a time to build up.
That's right, man. It says that there's a time and a season for everything, man. So the Most High, He's not gonna put you in a situation that you can't handle. Okay, He's gonna every for every purpose under the sun, there's a reason for it. Okay, so if you met somebody, you were supposed to meet that person. If you were put in a certain place, you're supposed to be at that place for whatever reason the Most High has deemed it necessary, man. So I mean, that's why you shouldn't, you know, take things for granted, and you shouldn't take things with a grain of salt either. You need to just number one, be apt to teach, because that's the whole purpose for us. We're prophets, which means to say before, we're prophesying the downfall of America. So you need to be prepared to always, be apt to teach, like I said, and to get His word. So read that one more time. That last part.
A time to kill, and a time to heal. A time to break down, and a time to build up.
That's right, man. It's a time to break down. It's a time to build up, and that's talking about kingdoms or whatnot. But it's also talking about spiritually, with individuals. Sometimes it's a time to break somebody down and tell them about themselves. Hey, look, you got to stop doing this. You can't be doing that. That's against the law. That's against the law. And it's also time to build up. Hey, we're Israel. We're not niggas. We're not Spics. We're not African Americans. We are the true children of Israel according to the Most High. All right. America is Babylon is going to be destroyed, and salvation is only for us, the Jews. All right. So that goes back to that being at the teach, man. When it's a time to teach, you got to be ready to teach this word. All right. It's a time and season for everything, and you don't never know when your time to shine comes. All right. You may not know if you were put in a certain place to do a certain act, man. You might be put. You might switch jobs. You might switch jobs, and you were there to wake up a brother, or you were there to get somebody their judgment. The point I'm getting at, man, is we were put in this place for a certain calling, for a certain purpose. Okay, and you can't be like Jonah and run from it. Okay, our job is to push this word. Always be ready to push this word, and also our job is to read, watch, and research, so that when our time to shine comes, we're able to do our job effectively. Go ahead and keep reading.
Verse 4. A time to weep, and a time to laugh. A time to mourn, and a time to dance.
That's right. A time to weep and a time to laugh. Okay, because you might be going through something. All right, or sometimes you might be going through something and you need to hear a joke. So just you gotta be go off the spirit. Basically, is what I'm trying to say. Go ahead.
A time to cast away stones, and a time to gather stones together. A time to embrace, and a time to refrain from embracing. A time to get, and a time to lose. A time to keep, and a time to cast away.
That's right, man. Time to get and a time to lose. All right. Right now, we're in a time of getting what? Getting this knowledge, getting better, making ourselves better, becoming a new person. And it's time to lose that old man. All right. It's time to put on the immortal and take off the mortal. A time to be as Yahweh Shai. Go ahead.
A time to rend, and a time to sow. A time to keep silence, and a time to speak.
That's right. A time to keep silence and a time to speak. So you gotta know. You gotta know. Okay, is it time to teach, or am I in a situation that I should teach this guy? All right, am I at work? Or am I going to disturb something? You know what I'm saying? You gotta be wise as a serpent, but harmless as a dove. All right, just to I don't want to put all my business out there, but recently I was I had an opportunity to teach someone, and I took advantage of it. And I feel like I was placed in that situation so that I could take advantage of it. Now, whether they run with it or whether they, take it for what they took it, I'm saying? It is what it is. But at the end of the day, I did my job. The blood is off my hands. Lord willing, I'm saying? He runs with it and he, comes into the fold eventually or whatever happens, I'm saying? He remains diligent in his own seeking of salvation. But you had to be apt to teach. You had to recognize the situation. You had to be circumspect.
A time to love and a time to hate. A time of war and a time of peace.
And we're coming into a time of war right now. Right now, the it's a verbal war. It's a spiritual war. Okay, but it's going to become a physical war here pretty soon. All right, the devil going to show his horns, and Jacob's trouble is going to kick in. All right, it's going to be a famine. It's going to be martial law. There's going to be concentration camps. It's going to be a chip. Okay, all these things are physically coming. All right, so if you ain't spiritually ready, if you ain't mentally ready, if you ain't mentally prepared for these times, if you ain't been in these scriptures, if you don't know what to look for, then you ain't gonna have the covering in that day. If you ain't been rewatching and praying to Yahweh Shem Yahshai that He protects you in that day, you're not gonna have His covering.
What profit hath he that worketh in that wherein he laboureth? I have seen the travail which Yahweh had given to the sons of men to be exercised in it. He hath made everything beautiful in his time. Also he hath set the world in their heart, so that no man can find out the work that Yahweh maketh from the beginning to the end. I know that there is no good in them, but for a man to rejoice and to do good in his life.
Let me see. I think that's about it. That's really all I really wanted to say. Just basically take things for how it is, man. Take advantage of every situation, you know, because every situation is an opportunity to praise the Lord, man. To spread this word, to spread the gospel, to possibly bring another soldier into the army. It says that the angels rejoice every time another soul is added to it, man. So, like I said, man, whether you at school, whether you at fucking work, whether you at the grocery store. I've seen a guy today. My father in law. We had a get together at my mom's house. So I went over there, and my father in law he had one of his relatives come over, and I knew him from back in the day. He's like, man, I know you from somewhere. He said, I know you from middle school. No, no, no. Know you from high school. No. Oh, we used to play basketball back in the day. Yeah, you over by. Yeah, 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 yeah. Yeah, man, I remember you back in the early 2000s. He said, yeah. He said, you be out there on Lake Street too, don't you? He said, yeah, man, I appreciate you. Know what I'm saying? So people know who we are. People know what we're doing. But, every opportunity is an opportunity to let your light shine, so to speak, man. So with that being said, I want to give all praise unto Yahweh, by Hashem, Yahweh Shai, by Hashem, Rokar Kadash, double honors to the apostles and the elders of GMS. Salutes and honors to the elect, all the brothers across the four corners who are enduring in truth and sincerity, and the women of the church who follow. Shalom.
Shalom.